Are you really good in creative but struggling in games? Well, if that's you, you have came to the right place. Because in today's video, I will show you how to transfer creative skill into in-game skill to win more fights and get more ranked wins like these.
Let's go. Let's go. Yes!
But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. The first thing that we will be talking about is your FPS. Your FPS will be way lower in pubs because there is so much going on in game. Your FPS in game will also not be stable. One thing that you can do is cap your frames while playing creative. Let's say that you run 165 FPS, but you only get around 144 FPS. While you're in creative, you can decrease that to 144 FPS to simulate a realistic game scenario. The only problem with this is that in game your frames are very inconsistent. With that being said, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but something if you're really serious about getting better is lowering your frames in creative. Next, you're not practicing right. If you load up and go straight into ranked or do some maps that won't improve your skill, you're practicing wrong. Now, I'm not saying you can't play fun creative maps, but I don't recommend playing them all the time to where you're not getting any practice in. If you're serious about getting better at Fortnite, play the right maps that'll actually get you better. This is a little shameless plug, but I have plenty of videos showcasing good maps on my channel if you want to go check those out. The next thing we'll be talking about is your ping. Your ping will never be the same in game as it is in creative unless you run the hard 0. But that's not most of y'all. So something that I would recommend is switching your server to a different server to simulate your in-game ping. There is also a downside, just like FPS. In-game, it's kind of hard to simulate your ping because there's most of the time when you're on different servers, it's such a high difference in ping that it's not realistic. Doing this will help you improve on higher ping and cause you to win fights in game. So even if you're in creative and you're on higher ping than you are in game, when you go into the game and you're gonna feel like that you can complete edits way easier. The next thing we're gonna talk about, I want to talk about the differences between creative and pubs. Now, when it comes to creative and in-game, they are not the same whatsoever. The pacing in creative is not the same as it is in game either, which is why it's important to play maps that really focus on pacing that you would have in a real game. A really good map that I play whenever I go on is Foverver Zonewars. Foverver Zonewars is an infinite 10-minute moving circle where you need to get the most points or you need to drop a nuke to win. It is very good practice and I would really recommend checking it out if you're trying to improve. This is not an ad. I didn't get paid by Inch Jerry and Jivin. I just really love this map because of how good of a practice it is, and also the clips that you're seeing in the background are from Foverver Zonewars. The next thing that you can do in game is reviewing your gameplay. If you really want to get better, you need to watch your clips and games back to see what you did wrong and see what you can do that could have changed how the game went. This is called VOD reviewing. VOD reviewing is really helpful because it gives you a lot of in-game knowledge and helps you gain the understanding of what to do and what not to do in game. So if you die off stupid mistakes, go back, watch that game, and see what you could have done differently to win. The last thing that we will be talking about is your stress. You can't really simulate that stress in creative that you would in game, and sadly there's not really ways to help that. But what you can do is get real game experience and play creative to become confident in your skills. Because if you're losing fights constantly because you're not as good as the other players and you're getting outsmarted and just outplayed in general, you're going to lose your confidence and you're not going to feel like you can win fights. If you're better than everybody and you're winning more fights, you're going to feel more confident about your skills and you're going to want to be able to push. If you're one of those who camps in ranked and doesn't go for kills, you're playing ranked wrong. In ranked, you should W key, because sitting in bushes and hiding in buildings is not going to help you get good fighting practice against players that are better than you. That also leads me into another thing. If you want to get better, definitely play against players who are better than you. Playing against people who are the same skill level or worse than you is not as good as playing people who are better than you, because playing the same people that are the same skill level as you isn't as bad, but playing people worse than you, you're just going to roll them and it's just not going to be good because it's not helping you get better in any way. If you want to get better at Fortnite, feel free to watch any of the videos on screen, but that's all for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and as always, I love y'all and I hope all of y'all have blessed days. Peace.